Okay. Interview your lenders. Page 103. Now, how many people are doing business with secondary sources? Okay, everybody is. Who are you using back there, Pete?
Thunder, Westlake Acceptance.
Westlake.
Yeah.
Cap One.
Yes.
Santander.
Santander.
Santander. Yeah. Santander.
Although they've been trying to get some people.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Well, when a lender wants to do business with it, they generally send in two attractive young women, because knowing most of the people in the car business are male still. With that second one, we're not on a, but they send in two attractive women, lots of cleavage, named Miss Barbie and Miss Bambi. Right? Has anybody seen Miss Barbie and Miss Bambi?
Yes.
They work for Cap One. Yeah. Here comes Miss Barbie and Miss Bambi, and I'm going to interview that. How do we get paid by your company? And this meeting is going to have our dealership accounts receivable, our office manager. I want to have everybody important in this meeting with a prospective lender. How do we get paid? What's the turnaround time on your money? I want my office people that are responsible for collecting the money to be in on the meeting with the lenders. That make good sense? Because so many times we sign up these people, and then we depend on the finance manager to educate the office on how we get paid. Where is the money coming from? In-state, out-of-state, where's the money coming from? What stipulations do you require to cash a contract? Now, I invented something years ago, and it's on page 112 and 111. Don't lose page 103. Page 111 and 112. I went to Office Depot or whatever, whoever sells our office supplies, and I printed a big manila envelope. One side was page 111, the other side was page 112. There's your additional relatives on the one side. The other side had the checklist for the finance. What we need to do. As we collected the stips, we dropped them in the envelope. And then I turned the entire envelope into the business office with all the checklist on the outside filled in. How good is this idea? You like it? We filled in all the stips on both sides of the manila envelope. What profile of customers does your company cash? Are you strong on bankrupts? Are you strong on low-ranked military? How bad is bad credit? Let's do the credit score limbo. How low can you go? You know, what are you buying? What income do you require of our customers? Credit score, job time, residence time, own a phone, mobile phone. Why would we do business with you above the competition? Why would we give you our business over the competition? That's a very important question. Do you finance longer terms? Do you have longer terms based on the year of the car regardless of miles? Higher advances, right book, left book, 110% advance. What do you do? This is a checklist on page 103 of the questions you should be asking your secondary lenders. These are the questions we need to know the answers to instead of just indiscriminately signing everybody up. On page 104, it says there are 4 types of secondary lenders. Finance companies. Name a lender that's a finance company.
Ford Credit.
Okay, Ford Credit is a finance company. They are not a bank. right?
Capital.
Then there are banks. Well, obviously Wells Fargo's a bank,
GM Financial.
GM Financial's finance company.
Finance company.
There are portfolio lenders. Now, this is the one most people don't get. Portfolio lenders come out of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They go up there to the Chicago Exchange and they borrow a big block of money, $50 million. I mean, whatever. This is investment driven. Investors put up $50 million and they go back to California with their secondary company and they loan it out. You ever have a secondary company that's on fire, they're buying everything, and all of a sudden they stop? They ran out of portfolio. They got to go back and get some more money. Portfolio lenders. But the interesting thing about portfolio lenders is they don't need to go by federal banking laws, all of them. They're investment driven. They're not a financial institution. And the third one's brokers. Fourth one. Do not do business with brokers. I mean, if they're brokering, they're not responsible to pay you. And there's a lot of companies out there you think are lenders that are actually brokers, brokering your deals to other lenders. So be aware of what type of company you're doing special finance with.
Is it often true that portfolio lenders don't have to report on the bureau?
Well, nobody really has to report to the Bureau.
But I mean, they often don't.
If they are a member of the Bureau, I can make them report to the Bureau.
Okay.
When I do the credit interview in the morning, which I'm going to start off with the credit interview, I think it's my strongest chapter. When you do the credit interview, I can sometimes change a customer's credit because the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, says that you can have bad credit repaired if you can prove it to be wrong. But that takes 30 days. But when I was studying the Fair Credit Reporting Act, I found something else. And what I found in the Fair Credit Reporting Act was a consumer has the right to have good credit provided by them that can be proven put into their bureau. So think about this. I don't like to take bad credit out of their bureau. It's probably really theirs and it's over 30 days. It's a big hassle. You have to basically petition the credit bureau and harass them until that gets out of there. So it takes 30 days to get bad credit out of the bureau, and truthfully, it probably is their bad credit anyway. But wait a minute, you can put good credit in their bureau? I have changed customers' credit scores within 24 hours by adding credit to their bureau. Within 24 hours. One of the questions I ask in the credit interview, and I'll expand on this tomorrow, what are you driving now? What's he driving now, Patrick?
07 Yukon,
But where'd he get it?
my dealership.
Okay, well, where do they get it other than your dealership? Where do most people with bad credit get their credit? Buy here, pay here. Bend over motors, okay? So they went to the buy here, pay here lot, Bend Over Motors. They probably bought the car from Mr. Dover himself, Ben, and yeah. They go to Bend Over Motors and buy their buy here, pay here cars and make their weekly payments or bi-weeklies or whatever. Does the buy here, pay here lot report to the credit bureau?
Some dues.
Usually they only report the repos, they don't report the credit. Are they members of the credit bureau? Are most buy here, pay here lots members of the credit bureau?
Yes.
Yes. You see their inquiries, they're a member. Anybody that is a member of the credit bureau, I can make them report that credit. So I've got a customer that's got a buy here, pay here car for $12,000. Within 24 hours, I can have a $12,000 paid as agreed I-1 credit in their file. I can petition the credit bureau and force them to put the buy here, pay here lot in the bureau and brings their score up instantaneously. What are you driving now? Big important question. And I got to get the sales manager to get off my back and let me hold this deal up for 24 hours. I'm going to hold this deal for 24 hours. I got his deposit. He's not going anywhere. Let me work on his credit score. Excuse me, Jonathan, at your house, what do you sit on, the floor?
So,
Sofa, where'd you get the sofa?
Kane's Furniture.
King's Furniture, Badcock Furniture, rent to own. Really?
Aaron's.
Aaron's, I'll have that in the bureau. You got an installment loan from a furniture store? Badcock is buy here, pay your furniture. Everybody knows that.
Take it from you.
What?
They'll take it from you.
They will repo the furniture. Yes, they will.
They will.
So think about it. Helig Meyer used to be in Atlanta, we used to have the Wolf Man. Ask for the Wolf Man, For $99.99, you get a living room set. For 9 cents more, you get a pool table. Ask for the Wolf Man. And he was always in the community. You didn't find him in Beverly Hills. Helig Meyer, any of those companies. So understand, one of my best ads I ever ran is, I run it on the internet. One of the best classifieds for the internet is on the bottom of page 108. Don't drive junk. That is an incredible ad. It appeals to everything we do. Another thing I've had great success with is Valpak coupons. We're putting credit challenged ads in Valpak coupons and dropping them in known zip codes. Valpak, don't drive junk, Inside, people say, well, Ziegler, I'm going to advertise on bus stop benches. Not me, I'm going to advertise inside the bus. Those ads over the seats in the buses, you could be driving right now.
Top of cabs.
Exactly. Look at all the... But page 110, 111, 112, there's my checklists. One thing I love to do with credit challenge customers, I was consulting Click Lewis Chevrolet in Hershey, Pennsylvania, suburb of Philadelphia. And they had all the General Motors lines. They still do. And the Philadelphia Inquirer, the main newspaper up there, is still pretty strong. It's only been about 6 years ago. So the Philadelphia Inquirer is a pretty strong newspaper. We ran a full-page ad in the Philadelphia newspaper. The headline, Victims of Circumstance, ? At Click Lewis Chevrolet, we believe everyone has the right to own a new car. Everyone has the right to own a new car. Think about this word tracking. Are you interested in a new Buick, Chevrolet? We listed all the brands. We had a whole checklist where they could spec out their car. A whole checklist. You want a truck, you want a 4-door, you want a 2-door, you want automatic, you want manual transmission. What color do you prefer? And we have had 6 color choices. They check it off. Just going right down the road. I'm available for a credit interview on such and such a day. And we put a whole General Motors credit app in the ad. General Motors went crazy with us. General Motors was not happy. But we had to put a bus stop in front of the dealership because it was just unbelievable. The people, we drew people from Philadelphia. That Victims of Circumstances ad was the most incredible special finance ad we ever ran.